A student once asked his master, "Master, I want to keep everything in my life under control. Is that possible?" The master smiled and replied, "Can you hold the air around you?" The student thought deeply. The master continued, "Life is like the air, impossible to hold. When we try to control it, we only encounter struggle." The student sat in silence, a new understanding growing within him. The master picked up a stone and tossed it into the water, causing ripples to spread. "Look, this stone isn't trying to control, yet it influences the water," the master said. In our lives, we don't need to control everything. Sometimes we just need to go with the flow, and it will guide us to the right path. For the first time, the student realized that unnecessary control only creates burdens. The master said to the student, "When you try to keep yourself in control, you remain in tension." He gently held a flower and explained, "This flower is balanced in itself. It doesn't need to be held, it's beautiful as it is." Life is like that too, if we try to grasp it, we lose its natural beauty. The student began to grasp the depth of the master's words. The master continued, "The feeling of being in control is just an illusion. The things you think are under your control are not truly controlled." He told a story. A king once dreamed of controlling every part of his kingdom, but he found he couldn't even control his own mind. How can one manage the outside world if one cannot control their own mind? The light of understanding began to shine in the student's eyes. Pointing to a butterfly, the master said, "See, it decides its own direction. If you try to catch it, you'll rob it of its flight." He explained that life is like a butterfly, it finds completion in freedom and flow. When we try to control something, we lose its natural essence. The student realized that real control lies in letting go. The master explained, "Every event in life comes to teach us something new. But when we try to change it to our liking, we miss that lesson." He told the student, "An empty bowl is only filled with water when it's left empty." The student started to see that acceptance, not control, was key to experiencing life. The master picked up some sand and held it tightly in his fist. The sand started slipping through his fingers. "Look," the master said, "the tighter you hold it, the faster it slips away." He explained, "This is the law of life, the more you try to grasp it, the more it escapes you." The student felt that instead of controlling life, it was better to live it naturally. The master shook a tree branch as birds flew away. "Birds come and go on this branch, the tree doesn't try to keep them." He said, "If we stop trying to control life and accept what comes, we find true peace." The student realized that his need for control had brought him stress, while freedom was leading him toward peace. The master told the student, "Just as water flows naturally in a river, let life flow on its own path." He explained that the river's water finds its own way without needing direction. Your life is a river too, let it flow. The student absorbed the master's profound thought. The master said, "It's pointless to fight things beyond our control. We should accept them as they are." He lifted a dry leaf and let it drift in the air. "See, this leaf cannot choose its path, yet it flows with the wind." The student realized that sometimes the best course is to go with the current.